exposure to other systems that will be a solution for my own organisation.
It will be.
Will be, yes.
Not could be.
Will be.
Specific systems?
More than that, actually, the project that I was working on was specifically for my biosecurity department, but the systems that I've been exposed to means that I can take it to our biodiversity people and our environment department and there's solutions for them as well.
So what were the systems that you found?
EBOPS, biodiversity suite,
Yep.
and potentially out of the new project, a solution for specifically for our pest plant section, for our entire biosecurity department. And then, as I said, the biodiversity suite will then lead up and be able to pull in together all of our environmental information from all of our different departments throughout the entire council, leading towards state environment reporting, which is something that we struggle to put together every year from actual data, actually being sourced from data rather than comments from different departments.
Yep. So you've seen that there's that particular system or set of systems.
Means that I won't have to reinvent the wheel,
and
which I will have going to do.
Taken that internally and said we should use this rather than developing our own system.
Yeah. And gone on and developed what those systems won't cover. So specifically, it means that the scope of what I was trying to achieve has gone down to just what is specific to my organisation, and everything that's generic will be covered by the systems that we'll be adopting. And the real-time benefit is it's going to save my council 6 figures in terms of development.
Yeah, and probably high 6 figures.
High 6 figures, yes. If we were to bring in the biodiversity suite and what it's going to do for our other departments outside my own department, we're talking, I couldn't even put a figure on that. If we wanted to engage with a provider that we're using to develop that, I wouldn't even like to think it would cost us
You'd be talking
a lot of money.
A lot of millions.
A lot of money.
You are the Grand Chancellor of outcomes, dude.
Say that.
And so I think it was also.
That's more money you can kill.
But if it wasn't, the funny thing is that I kind of stumbled into Dataversity.
Yeah.
I'd been working on my project for 5 years with anything really happening. All of a sudden, as soon as I was exposed to Dataversity, all these opportunities arose, and then from me pushing that, everything's happening so quickly that what would have been a 3-4 year project for myself has gone into other people's hands and could all be happening by next year.
Yeah.
And you're not reinventing the wheel.
And we're not reinventing.
So I want to catch Dan that coming into it from biosecurity angle, looking for biosecurity solutions, finding something that was going to solve that and solve some of the biodiversity stuff.
And our biodiversity people weren't even looking for a solution.
Right.
But they've already been sold on it, and they want it, and they're waiting for delivery.
Yeah. So you're going to have something delivered much more quickly and for much less money and more broadly than you were going to do
Originally,
yeah.
We started off purely for a pest plant section. Has now become a biosecurity department solution, and potentially an environment department solution that biosecurity and the pollution response, water quality, air quality, everybody would feed into.
Yeah. Sense. What kind of real world difference do you think that's going to make in terms of you get that in, you can do stuff that you couldn't previously?
We will be able to report on things and bring together all kinds of data sets into reports that we never thought we would be able to even produce previously.
So do you think your reports will be better, won't they? Like the data
we'll be
better?
We'll be reporting. Well, not only we'll be reporting on things that we probably didn't think.
Real.
We'll be able to paint pictures using real data rather than
making it up.
Making it up. Yeah, well, not making it up, but just kind of instead of summarising things in a speculative way, we'll actually be able to back it up and justify it with real figures that go right down to the raw data collected in the field.
Yeah.
Which is something that I don't think we would have even thought.
And do you think that will result in better allocation of resources and
Absolutely.
better control operations and preservation actions?
We will be able to justify applying for funding sources, funding that we may never have even thought would be
Right, and justify.
justified.
And that will lead to those particular
Projects.
preservation actions of projects. Just restoration
No,
projects or
no.
restoration,
RPMS.
control?
A whole suite of
Yeah.
RPMS projects,
RPMS.
our TOCO projects, our surveillance projects, right up to, like I said, state environment reporting.
I've got one that's kind of related. Just the interest in our system and its integration with ARC. I guess for me, I've been very close to the project, and so when you're really close to a project, you stop seeing things, and I think that by getting it out there and exposing it to all these other groups is potential to improve some of the gaps that I'm sure are there that I'm just not really seeing clearly anymore because I've been too close for so long. So just making it, filling in the weaknesses, I guess, making it a stronger system and helping that collaboration across the board and integrating data and all that kind of stuff.
So your system is run money again, which organisation? EGOS. Yeah.
So what can you actually do with that?
Watch and learn.
So now that you've learned, what will you do with these things that you've learned about the gaps or things that you may not have seen earlier?
Well, I mean, I'm still not really seeing that. What I get out of it is that other people are going to see weaknesses and there's going to be improvements to our system that are going to make it better for everyone, better for me as well.
So because you've got a system and a set of users who have become kind of used to that system, there are some gaps or things that could be improved that you're not kind of seeing the wood for the trees.
Pretty much.
And so other people looking at it in terms of integrating with ARC systems or being picked up by Greater Wellington or whatever means that your system is actually improved as well.
That's what I'm hoping. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because other people are going to just look at it differently, and therefore we'll get improvements. And
improvements that will benefit you, regardless of whether it helps them as well.
Absolutely, that too. And on
you wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah, and on the other side of it for me as well is that this is potentially impetus to speed up the development even more. And I've been sort of thrashing around with this for 3 or 4 years, so seeing it move could be helpful. So I get a completed system. That's bigger and better
So
than mine.
yeah, better system for EBOT and potentially better system for other organisations as well.
I mean, just the simple fact of attaching ARC stuff to it is going to improve it right there, because our monitoring and management sections are a bit on the weak side.
Could you attribute, what proportion of that can you actually attribute to Dataversity?
The whole lot. It came out of the workshop. Last workshop, I the one that followed it. No, we get Irish to do the same. Then we attribute a lot of Dataversity to it.
Yeah. Iris emerging out of Dataversity. Machine. It was sort of a separate thing. Is that true?
It's a separate
thing.
separate response, but they haven't built that five-verse biosecurity module yet.
Yeah,
And it would waste those 6 regions time and money if they would go from scratch to build that module instead of adopting what already has been built and proven to work.
yeah, and adapting that. Yeah.
And it's money that can be spent on studying more biodiversity.
Yeah.